Hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Dropping into Happiness. I am Rachel.
And I'm Maggie.
Yay, welcome. We have according to us, a very exciting episode. We're talking about snacks today, food. I got very excited on the last food episode and kind of talked fast, so I apologize. I will try to slow it down, but I'm still very excited about food. And we have props for you guys today, don't we, Maggie?
Yes, this is one of the ones y'all are going to want to watch on YouTube. After you've listened and streamed it, you're going to want to check us out on YouTube because we do have props.
Yes, we're going to be showing you some of our favorite snacks, things that we like to keep on hand that have helped us be successful, losing our 100 pounds and along our journey as we continue. Like, these are things that I just have in my house now. It's not, oh, I need to have this to lose weight. I just like having these things. It just helps along with our journey. So, Maggie, when it comes to your journey, do you feel like you have any certain snacks for certain situations?
Yes, so I have a go-to for that post-workout snack. One of the reasons is it tastes good. Two, it's packed with protein, which when you get in some activity, it's really great to get in protein within 30 minutes of your activity because then it'll help rebuild muscle and will help with hunger.
Yeah.
So I have options because I like both of them. And people who have been following me for a long time, especially on social media, are going to be like, oh my gosh. First one, Premier Protein.
We have those too.
Yes, these are really awesome. Lots of different flavors of these. You can get them Sam's Club, Walmart, Costco, Publix, Target, a lot of different places.
Yeah.
The points do vary based off of the flavor. So use your barcode scanner. Things recently changed with personal points. But the chocolate, which is my favorite of the Premier, is 2 personal points. Okay, so this one's really good. But if you prefer a thinner texture to your protein drink, I recommend Fairlife, the nutrition plan, 30 grams protein. This one, if you're watching. This one is 3 personal points. But again, worth it for me. This one, especially the Fairlife, tastes straight up like chocolate milk.
Oh.
And it's just great to have to, again, get that protein in, curb any kind of hunger. They're also just a great go-to for if you're traveling and you want like a breakfast option.
Well, and I know like the Premier Protein, they do not have to be refrigerated. Like they can stay out, which we buy them by the case at Sam's Club at my house because it's not just me. My husband will use them for breakfast. My son uses them for breakfast. I mean, it's just, it's a really great go-to because especially if they're not hungry, I'm like, I want you to have something in you. And so that's something that they'll grab. The guys in my house, the caramel is their favorite. I think the cookies and cream is my favorite. It literally tastes like melted cookies and cream ice cream.
One.
But what was the one we did? When we took that, so there's a recipe that I've used with Premier Protein that I've shared with Maggie and she has since really liked it. You take 1 container of the vanilla with 1 cup of did I do 1 cup or half a cup? Might be half a cup.
1 cup of pumpkin.
Yeah, pumpkin puree, because that's 0 points. And I do a little dash of vanilla extract and some cinnamon, and I blend it with some ice. It's super filling. It's super yummy, and I want to say might still be 2 points. I haven't checked the vanilla in a while. I haven't had vanilla, but yeah, 2 to 3 probably.
Either.
But
at the most, they also have a pumpkin spice flavor for Premier that usually comes out in the fall. So that would be a good option too, mixed with pumpkin.
So hard to get sometimes though. Just like the, what was the other one? The mint one, the peppermint one that they had.
Oh yes.
At the holidays.
Yes, the mint one was hard to get. I still have a couple I'm working through of those. And sometimes with the specialty ones, you can find them most easily on Amazon.
Yeah,
but
that's where I had to
pay
get
a little bit more. They also have a chocolate peanut butter cup. It tastes like Reese Puff cereal milk.
Does.
It's very good.
It does. So, we've had that one too. We could have a whole episode on our flavors of the Premier Proteins that we love. Oh my gosh. No, my probably the only certain situation that I can think of that I'm like, I always have the same snack is when I travel. I adore traveling. I'm a people watcher. I can get to an airport an hour and a half early and be super chill about it. But I cannot travel without jerky. Like I can do, beef, turkey jerky, any kind of jerky. And I love it. And I'll get that either with a Coke Zero or usually a bottle of water, just because I know I'm just going to want to have that kind of clean fluid. I cannot travel without jerky though. I just, it's so ingrained in me now. If I don't, I'm like, this is weird. Like I just have to have my jerky. And it's very high in protein. It's actually pretty decent in points when it comes to jerky. Like I've even taken it where I've, did it in ounces and put it in smaller baggies, so I knew exactly how many ounces I was having. But you just tried another one. You tried the turkey one the other day, right? And it was really low in points.
There's a brand that I love for jerky. It's called Oberto. And it's a little bit, jerky in general is a little bit of a pricier snack. I would say Oberto is of the pricier of the jerkies, but it's really good. There hasn't been a flavor I've tried that I didn't like, and you can have an ounce for 2 points. I think it's 2 ounces for 3, and then it continues to go up from there, something like that.
I think it's funny when we think of ounces, sometimes it feels like it's not a lot of food, but it actually is. It's especially with jerky because it's something you don't eat quickly.
Yeah, and you can pair jerky with like a string cheese, Baby Bell, or something like that, just again to kind of bulk it up. But one of those things where having your scale handy is super helpful for weighing things out, and like Rachel said, pre-packaging it so you kind of know your portions.
One of my favorite scales is I think I have 3 different WW scales. My favorite one is the Slim. Have you seen the Slim scale?
Is it just a white one?
Yes, and it's super skinny. I love that one, but I also have the bigger one that you can actually, it'll tell you the points like right in the scale.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then I have another one. Actually, I think it was Biggest Loser is my other one that I've had for many, many years. But yeah, I love the Slim one. That's a good one if you're into measuring out any kind of snacks, because I am that person. If I go over on my points for the day, and I look back at it, it was from my snacks. So I'm a snack prepper. Like I know some people meal prep. I'm actually very, very good when it comes to my meals. So I have to snack prep because if not, I mentioned this in another episode, I'm an extremely emotional eater. Well, that doesn't have to mean happy or sad. That could mean bored. That could mean frustrated. That could mean, all these other things. So I have to have very low 0 or low point snacks on hand, or I will go over on my day because that's just who I am. So, I'll get the big bag of veggie straws and measure those out into 1 ounce little baggies. And that's so helpful for me. So, anybody out there who has those snack accidents, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing I do want to mention too, because I'll talk about it with another snack later. For me, fruit is a great snack, but fruit needs a friend. So oftentimes if I'm going to eat a banana, I'll pair it with the protein drink. And then another go-to snack of mine with a fruit combo is the yogurt. So, and I know Rachel has a yogurt to recommend, so we got you covered. I love this is actually a WW collaboration with Chobani. Chobani Zero Sugar.
I did not know that.
Yes, they are 60 calories and they're 1 personal point on everyone's plan.
Really?
So, yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah, they're actually really good. I like them anyway. And I've been a fan of the one Rachel is going to recommend for a long time, but because these are 1 point less, I'm like, woo, save the point.
Yeah.
But I cut up apples and I dip my apples into my cup of yogurt.
Ooh,
and it bulks up the apple, it bulks up the yogurt. Like, it's just a big indulgent snack. I can kind of keep going at it for a little bit. So that's what I say. Fruit needs a friend. Just an apple by itself isn't as exciting, but you dip it in yogurt and it's an experience.
See, I'm with you on that, but my fruit, like especially if it's an apple or because I love grapes, I do it with cheese. And I get I don't know if I have any here, but I get the little Baby Bell lights.
Oh yeah, I have.
So, because WW has like a string cheese one too, and they're pretty low in points. But I love the little Baby Bell lights. It's like a little ball of mozzarella basically. But I sometimes I'll even cut it up and I'll have it like in little pieces with my grapes, or like I'll take a bite and then take a bite of my apple. But yeah, I'd like to do the pairing too, because especially if the fruit is going to be a 0 point, you have that kind of flexibility. Because the mini Baby Bells I want to say are 1 point. I want to say 1 or 2.
I think they went up with the new
they
program
might have
there too, but still very doable. And if you're pairing it with a fruit or
a
something
0 point,
like that, or oh my gosh, Rachel, I don't know if you're a fan of the snack lunch plates. Have you ever made a lunch plate
Just out of
that's just
snacks?
snacks? Yes. Oh my gosh,
Just out of
that's just
snacks?
snacks. Yes. Oh my gosh, it's almost like a charcuterie board,
Yeah.
right? But you'd put like your little cup of yogurt, your slices of apples. You could do what were we just talking about? I got sidetracked
I
with
don't know,
the
but I
snack
would go
plate.
like turkey
Oh,
pepperoni.
the baby bell. You could put a
Yeah.
baby bell, some turkey pepperonis,
Oh,
and some like,
yeah.
if you have turkey as a 0 point food, like some cracked peppermill boar's head turkey or something.
Oh,
And then you could
yeah.
do like a pretzel crisp or like the veggie straws, like Rachel was saying. You could do a veggie, and I have a hummus, which Rachel said she
Yes.
was a fan of hummus too.
Mm-hmm.
The brand that I like is called Lantana, and the one that I have to display here is the sriracha carrot hummus. They also have a black bean hummus that's so delicious, and it's actually 2 tablespoons for 1 point. So you can have 2 tablespoons of this and then like a
Nice.
carrot or another veggie to dip, and it's like a full-blown experience.
I'm like, as you're saying, I'm like, I could do a lot of 0 point things in that. Cause
Yes.
I get this, I get the cracked pepper turkey from Sam's Club that I really like as a 0 point
Mm-hmm.
turkey for me. Yeah. And if I did an apple and a baby bell and that, a lot of that could be extremely low in
Yeah,
points.
and if you
And
like hard-boiled eggs,
I
you could throw like
do. Yeah.
throw one on there.
I mentioned that in another episode that I used to make like a breakfast bento, and I kind of did the same
Mm-hmm.
thing. Yeah, with like breakfasty things and hummus and pita bread and all of that. And oh yeah, I like that idea. But so my yogurt, I've actually talked about this yogurt in WW workshops before because this is 2 points. My husband literally when we were at the grocery store one day, because I don't know about y'all, but my grocery store has a humongous yogurt wall. I stood there and scanned every single one with the WW app because I'm like, I feel like it's such a trickster. Like you're like, oh well, it's
Right.
yogurt, it's
Yogurts
good.
are misleading.
I should
Mm-hmm.
have yogurt, and you scan and it's like 6 points. I'm like, that's like the amount I have for a meal. I don't want to do that in a snack. So I scanned
Mm-hmm.
every single yogurt I could find, and the Dannon Light and Fit Greek. I love these, and this is actually a flavor I had never tried, but I had a member tell me that I had to get this one. So this is creme brulee. I still haven't tried it.
Oh, I haven't tried that
Oh my
one.
gosh. However,
Sounds
I
good.
love like they are little desserts to me. Like the strawberry cheesecake tastes like strawberry cheesecake. And I legit had a member the other day tell me how she was dying for key lime pie for like a week. So she finally gave in and had some key lime pie. And they have a key lime pie one. And you know what I've even
So does the Chobani Zero Sugar too.
well,
So
and you know what
exciting.
else I've done for those kinds, like the little pie ones? I've gotten some graham cracker because graham cracker actually is not very high in points, especially if you only like if you kind of break it and then break it again and crumble it and just have a little bit of crumbled graham cracker on top because to me that gives it like the crust kind of feel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's such a little dessert and they're so decadent and these are so yummy. Like I said, they're 80 calories, 12 grams of protein, and they're only 2 points. I haven't found any of them that have been over 2 points yet. So I really love me the yogurt. I'll have these in the afternoon. I'm just gonna get me through that from that like because like I said, I'm a snacker, guys. I have breakfast and then I have a snack at 10. I have lunch and then I have a snack at 3. I have dinner and then I have a snack at 7. Like I legit plan snacks for at least 3 times a day. So I have to make sure I have me some very low points snacks on hand. But I mean, do you have like snacks in it? I'm doing little air quotes. Like in case of emergency snacks cuz I mean,
Okay.
I know I'm like
Well,
that's these guys for me. My WW mini bars. I will
yeah.
always have these in my purse, at work, at the house. Like because these, I don't know if any of them went up over 2.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. Yeah, when we went to personal points, and I can just grab that in a pinch. Like if I absolutely have to have something and I want to keep it low, that's kind of my in case of emergency. Do you have one of those?
Yes, I have a sweet and I have some savories. So my go-to, like I need to keep these in my bags at all times, are the Built Bars. And Built Bars are a protein bar, 15 grams of protein. The calories and points vary slightly depending upon the flavor, anywhere from 3 points to 5 points. The one I have to show you is the cookie dough chunk. I'm actually a
Ooh,
Built Bar ambassador, so if you all out there listening like Bill and you want to support me and my code, Maggie Tracks Magic saves you 10%. But I love these because they're super filling. Even if you only like have the time to eat half of one, it's going to give you a lot
that's what I was
of
thinking. Yeah, spread it out.
satiation, and it's also a really nice decadent dessert if you pop it in the microwave for like 10
You did
seconds
that
and
the
then
other
it
day,
gets
didn't you?
And I just like took my fork, Instagram people, and it's just so good. It's the closest thing to a candy bar experience because
Yeah.
when I'm out and about, like especially pre-WW, if like that hangriness hit me or I was on the go, I would just get like a candy bar and a soda. So this is kind of like that, but in a healthier choice. And then
Finding that balance.
one of my savory go-tos, I have a couple that I can show. It's Pirate's Booty. This is aged white cheddar. You can get them in big boxes at Sam's Club and Costco, and even Target has them.
They have the big bags at Target, right?
Yeah. Here's the thing with snacks for me, y'all. Yes, you save more money when you buy them in the big bags most often. But for me, having the little bag and digging my hand into it and then having it feels like a full snack experience. So, yes, I could take the time to individually weigh everything and put them in Ziploc baggies, or I could just buy them in pre-packaged bags. So that's what I do.
Yeah, whatever's going to work.
And that way it feels like a full experience. I can just toss them in my bag. So these are just 2 personal points on all plans. So I love those for sure.
Yeah. For sure. I know. I have a couple more. Like I'm if y'all are watching on YouTube, I've been drinking my tea. I like tea. I like to have tea in the morning, sometimes in the afternoon if it's nice and cold. And one of the things I love to have with tea is WW has, they're actually called breakfast cookies. I will have them at any time of the day though. So they are a little high in points. They're, I think 3 to 4, depending on which cookie you get. But if I have the points for it, like I said, cause I'll have an evening snack to like at 7 p.m. So sometimes I might do a decaf tea, and I just want to sit down with my warm tea, and I have my little cookies, and I just eat them slowly with my tea, and it's such a great little evening, like warm and toasty kind of snack. I love those. But I don't have a huge sweet tooth, but every so often, I just really want some candy. And you mentioned this a few podcasts ago, but I'm going to bring it up again. So the Smart Sweets.
Yes.
I know. So WW actually has them on the shop now. Like I remember when they first started having them on the shop, I was really excited. But the first time I ever saw them was in Target, and it was by the register. And I was like, what is that? Because it says only 2 grams of sugar. And so I scanned it, and it was like 3 points for the entire bag. And that's kind of, I get that same sensation kind of like you with your Pirate's Booty. Like I love being able, I'm like, I can have this whole bag. It's not a huge bag, but it feels like I can have the whole bag of candy for only 3 points. Yeah. And so this is the red twist because I do love me a licorice. And so my other favorite one is like the little gummy bear looking ones. Because they have you have like the kind of Swedish fish one, right? That's the one that you like.
Yeah, they have the Smart Fish. They have peach rings. They have sour gummies. Too, they have regular gummies. They have regular gummy worms. You can tell I'm very well versed. They have like a Starburst version, but I would not recommend that personally.
I haven't tried that one.
That flavor, and it's like 5 points for the bag. So
maybe that's why I haven't tried it.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'll pass. But those are great movie snacks too. Like throw them in your bag. Like get some popcorn and have that. Well, that's when I really crave the gummy candies is on road trips or to the movies. So we're just like ripping through snacks here with the time that we have left. Another WW shop snack is the Buffalo Veggie Snaps.
Those are my
relatively
favorite.
Newer flavor. Am I right?
Yeah. That wasn't that long ago that came out. And that is absolute my favorite. I love those ones.
I love spice, but I'm a weakling in a way. So these are spicy, but they're not like I'm sweating spicy. So that's why I really appreciate
it's almost like a spice flavor, not like a true spice. I don't even know if that makes sense. But yeah, it's not like a hot spice, but it has a great flavor to it.
Yes, and then the salt and vinegar potato crisps. Salt and vinegar is my favorite flavor of chip. I get them at Jimmy John's. Like, it's not negotiable for me. So I love that these are a low point version, and they are 2 personal points.
And you can add those to things too. Like I feel like you can crunch them over salads. Like if you want that kind of croutonish flavor. Yeah.
Speaking of croutons, what I did last night in my salad was using the WW Pizza Cheesy Protein Puff.
No, you didn't.
Because they're like a crouton. They have the texture of a crouton. So I put those bad boys in my salad for 1 point.
I never thought to do that. And that's so funny. Yeah, I love those little puffs though. Those are good. Yeah, 1 point for the whole bag.
How many more do you have? I have 2 more.
That was all that I have for like show and tell. Yeah.
It's so funny. I'm very intense about it. I don't even consider myself a snack person, but then here I am
Apparently
surrounded
you
by
are,
snacks. I'm thinking I am, but I guess because they're always very methodical and intentional, it doesn't feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my biggest tip too, if you have foods that are tempting for you in a way of going overboard. Like for me, if I bring a big box of Cheez-Its into my house, game over. Like I know myself, it's not negotiable. I'm going to just shove my hand in there and not count. So buying the individual baggies of anything like I mentioned is so helpful. So even like a bag of the Cheez-Its is only 4 points, the mini bags, or they have the Cheez-Its snapped. Those are very good. 3 points. Okay, I will stop. I will share my last 2 things.
Okay.
The WW Brownie Brittle. This was in a collaboration with Sheila G's.
And that's new, huh?
Yes, it's
I need
very
to get
new.
me some of that.
It is really good. The saddest part for me is that it's 4 points. I wish it were 2 points like a lot of the other snacks. But you can crumble this over your yogurt.
Oh, I was just
or
thinking.
Your sugar-free chocolate pudding. Or eat it by itself. I like to pair it with something else. It just feels like a big experience. But this is really good for like a sweet snack. And then 0 points, sugar-free Jello. I don't know. I feel like Seth always makes a face at me when I eat this stuff because he's like, what is it even? But I'm telling you, the little cups of these guys, you can have like 4 of them for still 0 points.
Really?
And then sugar-free. And if you put fat-free Ready Whip over top and some sprinkles, 0 points. So filling. Great little dessert, a little nightcap. I stand by my sugar-free Jello.
That's fun.
Yes.
I like that. But do you hear what we're saying, you guys? Like, I know when some people think when they go on a wellness journey that they end up eating less than what they were before. And I have found that I'm eating a lot more than I used to. Even on like days that if I'm not really great on plan, I'm not eating as much. I'm not eating very good nutrient dense things. But on the days that I'm on plan, have my snacks prepped out, I am eating all day long and still staying within my points and still seeing progress. There's so many things. There's so many tricks. I'm going to have a link for all of this, as many products as I can find online.
I have a lot of homework, Rachel.
I know. There'll be links to all of this stuff to the WW shop so you guys can find these things. So you should be able to click the link and get to it if you are interested in any of these snacks. Like the only thing that we are ambassadors for, Maggie, is for the Built Bar. Everything else is the stuff that we genuinely love to have and have on hand because it's been super helpful for us. So, it is time now to get into our star goal and our recommendation for the week. So my star goal is, and it's funny because I've even said that I already do this, but your goal can be consistency. You know what I mean? Like your goal every week doesn't have to be something that you've never done before. So my start, because I'm not always as consistent as I'd like to be with my snack prep. So I want to make sure I've like really snack prepped this week. And actually this wasn't even in my mind until Maggie said it. I kind of want to do like the snack lunch bento box now. Like I want to build one because I think I could genuinely make a very satisfying full box for like less than 4 points. And that would be a phenomenal lunch for me. So I'm super going to do that. I'll put that on Instagram too when I make mine, so I can show you guys what it's going to look like. Cause I have ideas now. And then my recommendation for this week is to find a new way to eat fruit. Cause I mean, we've just talked about it. It doesn't have to just be, oh, I have to eat this apple. Slice it up. You know what I had a member do? So we have, there's a caramel WW mini bar. You can melt that bad boy down and drizzle it over apple slices. I mean, you can grill pineapple. You can put, I don't know if anybody has tried Tajin. It's like a lime and salt sugar. I love that on pineapple and mango. And so just find a new way to eat fruit this week. Experiment. Don't make it super boring. Like Maggie, dip it into your yogurt. So my recommendation, find a new way to eat fruit. I know that sounds weird, but you can get very creative with fruit.
I think it's great. And you know what, Rachel? Tomorrow, I believe, is National Peanut Butter Day.
No.
Yes. And this time last year, I did a post on apple nachos. So, Rachel, I'll send you my apple nachos post. Maybe we can repost it to the Dropping Happiness pod when this podcast is live on Insta. And so, yeah, fruit, Needs a friend. Make it festive. My star goal for this week, I completed the top tracker. We're speaking that into existence from last week's recording. So this week we are continuing with that consistency. That's all I want to do. I'm locked in, baby. And then with my recommendation, it would be to pre-plan one snack in your app every day this week. That is my recommendation for y'all, is to just go ahead and put a snack in your tracker, and you can always adjust it if you end up having something else, but that way you got a plan.
Well, and should you not be a WW member and don't have the tracker, I'm like, just that awareness, right? Just planning it out, plan out a snack.
Write it down.
Yeah, having it ready to go. Fantastic ideas. Well, I hope we weren't too overzealous and excited about food.
Yeah. Is there such a thing?
Even the workshops, whenever we're in a WW workshop and it's about food, I feel like we hardly ever get to the technique because everybody just wants to talk about like their
favorites,
and their tricks and what they do and what has worked. So share with us on Instagram, what is your favorite snack? Tag us in it, dropping into Happiness Pod. We would love to see it. We might even give you a shout out and a share. So thank you so much for dropping by and have a great day.
Have a magical day. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.